Another bright sunny day in the Bahamas, ready for the second edition of our draft editions as we get ready for the upcoming, guys, that's right, the upcoming Don't Blink Charles Johnson Foundation Home Run Derby. It's coming in just around the corner, early part of the year. January 4th is the date. Can't wait for it. I know you can't as well, but of course we got to get the team set up. We'll do that for you in just a short while. We got to thank, of course, our sponsors who made all this possible for this second edition. We're talking about Rev, who's come forward once again as the title sponsor. And we got to thank again Virgil's, who've made this beautiful scenario possible for us here this morning. Guys, we got a great show coming up for you. We'll talk about what happened last year, set things up for this year. It's going to be tremendous. We got two great teams. We got a new partner coming on board, Charles Johnson. We talked about the Charles Johnson Foundation. We got Todd Isaacs Jr. We got Lucius Fox, looking to see which one of these guys is going to come out on top, which cause is going to come out as the beneficiary for everything that's going to happen on January 4th. Sit back, relax. It's all going to happen right here as the Don't Blink Home Run Derby Draft Show comes your way after this.
Maybe you have Rev Phone with its tons of awesome and free features. Or you're watching great content on Rev TV. Or maybe you have our blazing fast internet. So you already know how good it is to have one Rev service. Imagine if you had all three. With Trio, you get all of our services for $99. And you get entered into our $250,000 cashback Christmas. So the question is, why don't you have Trio? Just call 601-8992 or email us at trio@cablebahamas.com. Rev, you and us together.
We get up early every morning to offer safe and dependable service. Where quality service is paramount. An excellent travel experience is priority. Connecting the islands of the Bahamas to the world. Bahamas Air. We don't just fly here, we live here.
And we welcome you back to patio side over here at Virgil's. You can see the beautiful scenery behind me. We're at one of the more beautiful resorts here in the country, talking about Atlantis. And tell you what, folks, we're here for a pretty good reason. The sunshine has come out. We hope for the same type of weather on January 4th when we get ready for the Don't Blink Charles Johnson Foundation Home Run Derby. Tell you what, the name got a little longer for a reason. That's because we have a new partner coming on board, Mr. Charles Johnson himself, who, as many of you remember, used to be a big part of that Miami Marlins baseball team that won a world championship back a few years back. Not so long. I don't want to date myself, so I'm not going to tell you how long ago it was. And certainly don't want to date our guest here this afternoon. And tell you what, Charles, welcome. And I guess now you're officially a part of this Don't Blink thing. Tell us exactly how that all happened.
I tell you what, I'm really excited to be a part of this home run Don't Blink Derby. And the reason why is because my foundation back home is huge, really, on empowering our youth in the underserved communities. And one thing I know is that sports is a mini view of life. And it teaches you about the triumphs and disasters of life. And it teaches you to figure out how to get up from day to day in failures, how to be mentally tough, how to be emotionally intelligent when things are going great and when they're not going good. So I'm all about empowering our youth and lifting them up in our communities, because back home I'm big on getting young kids in the stadium, teaching them about entrepreneurship, teaching them about a lot of our young kids can't be Major League Baseball players, but we still can be part of a Major League Baseball team by being a graphic designer, by being a general manager. You can be part of an organization. So I'm big on uplifting our youth. So for me to be able to come over here and partner with the Don't Blink Home Run Derby, being with some great guys here, Todd and Lucius, they're doing great things here, really trying to help the community. And what I really love about it is that coming to this Home Run Derby, coming to the camps and seeing the young kids and how excited they are, how thrilled they are to come out and play the game of baseball. And so I'm really excited to be a great partner with these guys on Don't Blink, and I'm hoping I can continue to bring some good glow to this Home Run Derby.
And you talk about the fact that you're here in the Bahamas. You're no stranger. You're here a lot, I understand.
You know, I've been coming here to the Bahamas probably since the 80s. I met my wife, my family here is from the Bahamas. A lot of her family grew up over there in King Street over by Zanzibar and a lot of Coakleys and Colbrooks. And so I've been coming here a long time, enjoying myself in the Bahamas, and I've really seen this place grow and do some great things as far as the Bahamas. And I'm very thrilled to be a part of this. And I think one thing I'm really, really happy about and being partnered with the Don't Blink Home Run Derby is that being able to bring Major League Baseball Play Ball Initiative here. Because Play Ball Initiative is going to do some great things, I truly believe, because it's going to bring some notoriety to the Home Run Derby.
Right.
It's going to do some great things for the youth here in our community, whereas that they're going to be able to take a young kid and put a bat or ball in their hands and just go out and have fun and play the game of baseball. And I think it's going to stir up a lot of energy in the area, so I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, and I can imagine that would be the case, particularly we talk about Major League Baseball getting involved with this and you know, through the guys and through yourself. That will certainly broaden that relationship, and it certainly does a lot towards, again, like you said, opening up the eyes of people who may not perhaps be aware of how things are going, but now will certainly take more notice.
It is. There's a lot of great players here, and truthfully, I didn't realize there was that many great players over here. A lot of guys in the minor league system, and I understand what it's about being in the minor league system. I played in the minor leagues. I know how tough it is, and sometimes you're not getting any recognition. You're taking 10-hour bus rides, 15-hour bus rides, really trying to play the game of baseball. So I know what these guys are going through, and I know what they're battling. So to see these young kids, see these guys, what they're going through, to be able to have this kind of platform to do good in the community, I think it's going to be awesome.
All right, so we're just getting started here at Virgil's, and we'll have so much more to come. Stick with us. We have a lot more of the Don't Blink Draft Show just ahead.
People are rising up, the goods them lining up. We gon' bring it back to Bombay. We bout to lighten up, girls them winding up. Girl roll that bongie like it's in play.
Oh, I got that feeling. Ain't nothing holding me back. Ain't nothing, so I tell all the gal them and
I got that feeling.
this junk canoe got me throwing it back.
It's going down out on Bay.
Best and personalized shipping, it's Prime Shipping. Prime Shipping offers air and sea freight from South Florida to Nassau, Bahamas for all of your packages from Amazon, eBay, Walmart, Target, wherever you order from to be delivered to Prime Shipping in Florida, we will get it here for you. Prime Shipping will modernize shipping for the Bahamas with specialized tracking, delivery options, and payment options. The address to send your packages to in Florida is 13448 Northwest 38th Court, Opelika, Florida 33054. Call Prime Shipping at 698-1169 in Nassau, or in Florida, call 305-456-7281 for more information. Prime Shipping, modernizing shipping with a personal touch.
Welcome you back to another day in paradise, and you know, paradise is well, it's relative to a lot of people, but it certainly is no mistaking about it. We're in one of the best places in the world, right here in the veranda at Virgil's, as we get ready for the continuation of our draft show for the upcoming Home Run Derby in Paradise. As you know, this year the name changes a little bit, but the activities remain the same. As we have it now called the Don't Blink Charles Johnson Foundation Home Run Derby. And the reason for that, as we heard a little while ago, is because Charles Johnson's Foundation has now come aboard as one of the partners. And speaking of which, we do have a lot of partners. These two guys have been partners in crime for a while. Todd Isaacs Jr., Lucius Fox, who are now here on set just by the lonesome as we get ready for what we anticipate to be another great edition of the Home Run Derby. Of course, this is now our second draft show. We'll get more into that in a second. But first of all, you guys, as we get ready for this, we know that there's some other things that people perhaps focusing on the home run derby don't realize happening behind the scenes. First, you talk about a lot of different things just ahead of the home run derby. In particular, the boys and girls camp, the youth camp that takes place just a couple of days before.
Yeah, so, you know, Don't Blink weekend, we're kicking it off with a kids camp on Friday, January 3rd, 2020. And, you know, like, so grateful for Charles Johnson because he allowed for, you know, this kids camp to grow expeditiously this year. You know, we've been in contact with Play Ball Initiative. That's a branch of MLB that's responsible for all the kids camps in the U.S. and around the world. And this will be the first time that they'll come down to the Bahamas. And, you know, they're helping us host the kids camp. And, you know, they're bringing down a lot of stuff to give away to the kids. A lot of play ball sets, a lot of bats, gloves. You know, it's just going to be an awesome atmosphere. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we're super excited to have them down. And, you know, we just encourage all the kids to come out. You know, whether you like baseball or not, just come out, give it a try. Come hang with the guys because at the end of the day, that's the most important part. You know, to come spend some time with us and have fun. You know, learn baseball, just hang with the guys, and you know, let's just have a great time. You know, we're not doing it on a baseball field. We're actually doing it here on Paradise Island at Paradise Harbor, which is a beautiful scenery where we did last year, and it was a view that you can't beat at all. So, you know, we're looking forward to doing it there again, and you know, we want every kid out there to come out. Just come out and have fun. Try it out. If you don't like it, that's fine.
You know, you talked about last year, and you know, I was very surprised, and I think the guys were as well, how well embraced it was, and the guys had a lot of fun. You mentioned the scenery of it, right there on the ocean side. It's a nice open field, and you know, again, the guys, it was a nice open, it was nice and loose. You know, the guys were just being themselves, and I think they all came away from it feeling as if, you know, we did something special. I don't anticipate that's going to change very much this time around. The guys will probably do the same thing. And now with Major League Baseball coming aboard with the Play Ball Initiative, that certainly adds another bit of flavor to it as well.
You know, it's super exciting. You know, for me, I feel like when I was growing up, the kids camps were probably my favorite thing to do, playing baseball, because we got to be with guys that were in pro ball at the time, like Albert Cartwright, you know, Jerron Sands, Greg Burrows, you know, and those guys came home and took us under their wing for a few days. It was extraordinary because we felt like one of them, you know. So now that we're in a position to do it, I feel that, you know, we're going to touch a lot of kids. A lot of kids are going to meet a lot of their favorite major league players that they see on TV, you know, because we have 8 major league players coming down this year. So, you know, the numbers continuing to grow. So, you know, the kids are going to be inspired, and I feel that, you know, some of them who might be on that wall with baseball might actually give it a try, because now they see guys like Lucius and myself, typical behemoths that make it happen every day, that found a way to play baseball at the highest level, and I think it's going to really inspire kids when they come out.
As far as us being involved with the kids camp itself, how does one, if they don't already, I don't know if the process is closed, but what if somebody wants to take part in this? How do they go about doing it?
So as of right now, the date is set. So that's Friday, January 3rd, 2020. We're going to start at 8 a.m. But we encourage you to be there at 8 a.m. We're going to start at 9 and end at 1. And our pre-registration link should be up right now. So, you know, just follow us on all social media to stay up to date with everything. That's at DBHR Derby on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And, you know, we keep everyone posted with all the links for pre-registration so kids could sign up from now up until the day of the event. So once they get to the event, it's smooth sailing. We'll have color wristbands to break the kids up in groups, and everything should be perfect.
And of course, one of the things we were talking about is you were concerned about maybe knowing the age group.
Yeah.
People may not understand how early in age or how late in age you guys go. Could you kind of enlighten us a little bit more on that?
So we encourage both boys and girls to come out. We really don't want to limit the age group to make it super small, so we encourage kids from 5 to 16, you know, to come out, and it should be fun. You know, if anyone else is interested, like the older kids, maybe 17 or 18, and want to come out and help out, you know, we definitely come out and help the guys, you know, be camp counselors for the kids that day. And, you know, I feel like it's perfect age, you know, and we want as many kids as possible to come out. Just come out and just spend the time with us, you know. I feel that that's the most important part of the whole Don't Blink weekend, because, you know, the kids are the future. So this is our way of investing time, energy, and effort into them, and planting a seed that will grow into something in the future.
All right, so Lucius, Home Run Derby coming up. What can people expect come January 4th?
The event is January 4th, 2020 at Montague Foreshore. We look to start the competition at 12 noon. So we encourage you guys to come out early and enjoy the food and drinks we have there. at the event and some entertainment, some music for you guys before we take our first swing. You know, once the competition starts, you know, people forget to eat and drink. So we encourage you to come out early so we can start on time. It's important that we get a full competition in for you guys. We want you to enjoy every moment. We don't want to take any shortcuts, but we definitely have to beat the sun.
Yeah. You mentioned that because this year it starts a little bit earlier. We started 12 this time, a little earlier in the day. And the reason for that, like you mentioned, is because it does get dark a little bit quicker.
Yes.
And you want to make sure that everybody's able to enjoy the full gamut of what's available. Talking about being able to see all the action. And of course for you guys as well, and for television purposes, because it is being broadcast live and streamed live, you want to be able to see everything that's happening.
Right, for sure. That's important. You know, we do this event for the people, especially the people of the Bahamas. You know, we have so much fun doing this event, and we just don't want to take any shortcuts. We don't want to half-step anything. So come out early so we can definitely start on time, and there'll be a show you don't want to miss.
I tell you, I don't know if you guys are as amazed as I am, but over the years, and this now being the third year of it, it seems like every year it gets a little bit bigger. Like more and more, I think people are understanding what's going on. You have, of course, the peripheral people that kind of see some action on Montague and they stop by and then they find themselves pleasantly entertained. But what happens a lot is now people are understanding and marking this on their calendars as something they want to attend. And I last year, I thought was really one of the bigger things that was going on because the crowd was huge. Again, you mentioned the fact that the venue itself, so much different things happening with food and drinks, and I think people were very well entertained. Yeah,
when we first came up with this event, we knew it was going to take some time for people to get hip to it. You know, our first year, we shot our ideas out to people, and you know, we got some positive feedback. A lot of people doubted us. So at year one, we didn't think that a lot of people would be out there, but the turnout was tremendous year one. You know, for our first year, we were pleased. And we can't thank you guys enough for believing in us and just coming to see what it's all about, you know, not just knocking it, you know, because it's a different scene when you get out to Montague, you know. Pictures and videos don't do it any justice.
Yeah, because I'll be honest with you, the first couple of times when I heard it, it was like, hit home runs into the water, how's this going to, but when we actually saw it in implementation, it came across beautifully, and I thought for everybody that I talked to about this, that saw it for the first time, one first thing they said, wow, that's an interesting concept. It's something that's different, and at the same time, it brings an awareness about baseball, and I think that's what you guys wanted to do, was make sure that people were aware of the fact we got all these great Bahamian baseball players that are now playing in the professional ranks, and now those numbers swell. Every year it seems like there's more and more guys being added to the fold. You guys came in one time at the bottom of the thing, and now you're like the veterans of this thing.
Right.
That's got to be surprising for you, and certainly it seems as if you guys now have opened doors for others to really step in, and now we got kids, as many, 20 plus guys that are now competing at this level.
Yeah, that was our whole goal, was to break down all the barriers, you know, that kids coming up behind us would have it easier than we did. You know, I feel like that's growth and that's progress, and Todd and I, we thought about many ideas and many events we could have done to show our talents to the Bahamian people. We're always playing in front of Americans, but we're Bahamians and we love our people, so this event made that possible, and we're just thankful to everyone that made this happen, and for you guys for really supporting us.
And one of the things that's always pretty good about this is the fact that you guys utilize all the things that happen and to benefit local charities. This year, some new charities coming on board. Last year we had Sister Cancer Society of the Bahamas, and this year you got the NPCC coming on board as well. Talk about that relationship and how that's expanded, and certainly how those groups benefit as well.
Yeah. You know, from year one, we made it our main priority to use this charity to give back to the society in the Bahamas. You know, cancer is something that's ravaging in the Bahamas. It has been for years now, and it's something that we hold dear to our hearts, because we have guys that play professional baseball here that have lost moms, grandmothers, lost close relatives to cancer. So, you know, for us, we wanted to give back to the various cancer support groups, and you know, with the wake of Hurricane Dorian this year, we just felt that it was important to add that to this as well, because we have guys that play professional baseball that are from Freeport, that are from Abaco, you know, so it really hit home for us. So we just wanted to add that to the whole event, because at the end of the day, we're one Bahamas, we're Bahamas strong, and you know, we have a platform to where we can reach a lot of people around the world that you know, some avenues here probably won't be able to reach. So, you know, we just wanted to use this opportunity to tap into that, to support the cancer support groups and Hurricane Dorian relief. So, you know, we're really looking forward to partnering with these guys, with these groups, and with these charities. So, you know, help them out as any way possible.
Yeah, you mentioned the fact that Hurricane Dorian in particular was very ravaging towards the country, and you guys were mid-season at that time. I remember seeing you know, parts where they showed, for instance, Jazz Chisholm, yourself, and you know, these guys out there now bringing in awareness, asking people's help, and they got tremendous support from their organizations. Was that something that you guys found maybe a little bit surprising, the way people embraced you?
Yeah, no, it was definitely surprising because they really didn't have to do it at all. You know, they could have just gave it a blind eye, but they really reached out. They really, you know, tried to make us as comfortable for us as possible because, you know, baseball is a tough sport, and trying to balance out performing on the field, the mental side of it, and then at the same time having to worry about family members back home, you know, it's extremely tough. You know, so to see the organizations reach out and help us, you know, try to do something to, you know, help the people of the Bahamas, it really touched everyone. So,
Well,
you know, we're super fortunate to be in this position to keep that going and, you know, making that a part of this event.
Well, that being said, time to decide which charities you guys are going to be playing for, or hitting for in this case, come January 4th. So let's bring our lovely assistant in. She's going to present the envelope. You guys are going to reach in, of course, and blindly select.
And I'm going to let my brother go first because I won this past year. So everything I say today goes.
So Lucius is selected, and now Todd is selected. So who are you going to be supporting?
I got the cancer support groups, which is perfect. I'm so pleased with my decision. I love it. I love it.
So why are you so pleased?
My jersey is pink, so this will tie in perfect with breast cancer, and
so it's almost God sent.
I feel like that was God sent. And plus, this event is for all the mothers out there. I'm doing this for the mothers. I'm really catering to the mothers.
So you let the spirit guide you, which is what happened.
Yeah, really.
And, you know, I have Hurricane Dorian relief with MPCC. You know, we're gonna bring it home for you guys. That's all I gotta say.
All right, what more can you say? So now we've thrown the gauntlet. We guys they decide which charities are going to be playing for. Next step, of course, is selecting the teams. We know how that went last year. We'll see if it goes different this time around. That's all ahead, right here at Virgin.
Yeah. Noah. I'm up.
Your arm tired yet?
TCBY, the country's best frozen yogurt. Try our low-fat Super Froyo, available in white chocolate mousse, golden vanilla, along with no sugar-added flavors. We even have hand-scooped frozen yogurt, like butter pecan, strawberries and cream, cookie dough, just to name a few. Enjoy frozen yogurt at TCBY, Village Road, and the airport near Gate C42.
Remember this? Bahamas Experience. You can find true romance. Got that. Park that up, put that over there. This is the new one. White glove. Service treatment. Nowhere else than Bahamas Experience. White glove. Service treatment. Nowhere else than Bahamas Experience. On our website is where you can find us, specializing in professional drivers. At Bahamas Experience, present white glove service, royal treatment, giving you nothing but pure quality. White glove service is pure royalty, perfection straight to your feelings. Get it at nowhere else than Bahamas Experience. White glove service treatment, white glove service. You will find it nowhere else than Bahamas Experience. Come and enjoy white glove service.
Electrical contractors.
Electrician.
A journeyman wireman electrician. Master electrician.
Electrician, commercial, industrial.
Electrician.
power's right there and you need it.
It's a solid cordless tool with a solid battery.
They have tools that are compatible with each other to be able to share batteries and chargers is hugely advantageous.
Distributed by JBR Building Supplies.
And now it's about that time as we welcome you back here to Veranda Side at Virgil's, getting ready for the actual draft process for our Don't Blink Home Run Derby. And before we get into all that, guys, for those of you maybe are novices or perhaps don't understand exactly what this whole thing is about, you may say, what exactly is a home run derby and what's the whole premise behind it? Well, these guys are going to explain it now for those of you that don't perhaps are not familiar with it. First of all, this derby, how does the whole thing work? How's it all set up?
You know, so we had our Don't Blink Home Run Derby committee, you know, select players from all the minor leagues and major leagues, players that we thought would be a good fit. So we have a pool of players that we're going to pick from. You know, that's what we're about to get into in a few minutes. But on Derby Day, how it's going to work is we have, I believe, 30 hitters, 15 on each team. So like last year, we broke it up into Team Isaacs versus Team Fox. Mm-hmm. My players and Lucius players would all compete for the various charities, and each hitter would start off by getting 15 swings to hit as much home runs as you can in those 15 swings, and it will add up to a team score. So the team that has the most home runs at the end wins, and then from there we'd see the top 4 hitters from each team who hit the most home runs from each team will then move on to the semifinals. So it'll go from 30 to 8 to 2. And then that's how you crown your home run king, your individual home run king.
Awesome stuff. And you got some new guys coming in this year that weren't there last year. That happens almost every time. There's always somebody else that wants to say, oh, you know what, that was great. I want to be a part of that. And this year, no different.
Yeah, every day we have guys hitting us up throughout the season, asking to come down and, you know, telling us, you know, the great event they think it is. You know, so every year we have strong, tough decisions to make. Because we only can host so many people, as the event grows, then we might make this event bigger and longer. You know, but right now it was hard to decide on these guys, but we feel like this was the best group of guys that are closest to us. Everyone here who's hitting in the home run derby, we have great relationships with, and that's important to us.
Yeah, and of course a lot of them are local kids as well. The guys that are homegrown, that have come up through the ranks and now are joining you guys in the minor league system. And they look forward to being able to showcase their talent as well.
Everybody, I know signing is good. You get to change your life and your family's life, but they look forward to this the most, I think. Being able to stand on that stage and hit in front of their home crowd. So they all want to sign a contract for this event right there.
Yeah, all to be a part of this. And you know, it's super special. It's special to do this in front of your home crowd. You know, we play in front of thousands of people every day, but it's nothing like playing in front of your home crowd performing. Getting up on that stage, it's a different kind of pressure because you know if you don't do well, they talk to you real bad. So you know it's all for good, all for the good. It's a lot of fun, and we're really looking forward to it.
All right, so now we got to decide who's going to pick first. Traditionally, we do a coin toss, so I guess we can do the coin toss if you want, or maybe Todd, if you're feeling good, seeing that you mashed him up last year, maybe you want to.
No, I mean, you know what? I'm going to give him the first pick, so I feel. Even if he has a first pick, my team's still going to come out and win.
All right. So Lucius, you will be able to select first.
First off, I don't like how you said he mashed me up.
Well, see, you kind of set yourself up for this because you know last year you had the whole scouting crew. You had this crack staff that supposedly selected went out and looked at these guys and followed their program. You came in with analytics and numbers and all the stuff, and supposedly, I mean, great team on paper. I was impressed. I walked away saying, you know what, this thing is done. There's no way Lucius doesn't win. And then at the end of the day, you know, you were left kind of holding the bag, man.
It's okay. You know, people make mistakes in life.
Yeah.
You know, but you got to correct them. The scouts I had last year, they're not with me anymore.
So they're looking for new employment.
Yeah, I let them go because I can't have my supporters thinking that I'm going to put a losing product out on the field. That's not me.
Right. Totally understood.
You know, so it's a new group of scouts, you know, they're working very hard, and felt like I made an example last year with those scouts I had. And this group will be sure to not mess that up.
Yeah. Shall never be heard from
so
again.
So the question is, what happens when he loses again?
Good question.
Find out next
I
year.
guess we'll find out
on the next
Yeah, on the next
episode.
draft show,
Yeah,
right? We'll
yeah.
come back and say, maybe find another group of guys. At this rate, gainful employment. That's the thing.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get that first pick. Let's see who is it going to be. Who are you going to go with, Lucius?
1 second.
It's
Just so my opponent over here don't feel like he can see the names better than me.
Right,
I brought
right.
something
You're
of
gonna-
my own.
yeah.
Yes.
Well, see, I don't know how to take that. I wear glasses.
Yeah, that's
too,
what I'm
so
saying.
it's-
I don't know what he's trying to say.
My first pick would be Christian Robinson.
Christian Robinson.
Yeah,
All right,
somebody
and
I believe in.
You know what? And I don't blame you. He's a guy that last year came that close to knocking off Bo Bichette, who I've actually went on, who's been the two-time champion. He almost knocked him off. Bo had to go dig into the bag of home runs to get it done. But great pick there. Great pick.
Yeah, speaking to him, he really impressed me with how serious he's taking this competition. The previous 2 years, he fell short, and now he's taking that to heart, and he says that he's going to come and win this competition this year, and I can't pass him up with my first pick.
Yeah, he had a lot to say at the press conference. He said, as a matter of fact, he said nothing else matters until January 4th except winning in the Derby. So
I like
good
that.
pick. Yeah,
Yes.
that
Mhm.
impressed him.
Yeah.
All right, so Todd, Christian Robinson's off the board. Who are you going to go with your first pick?
So my first pick, super reliable pick right there. He's a former teammate of mine. Played with the Cleveland Indians. He's an Atlanta, Georgia native. My first pick is Will Benson.
Will Benson.
A lefty. Super athletic. Last year he hit a monsoon of balls over 400 feet. So I expect him to repeat that again this year. And I feel that he's going to come down and he has a chance of winning this. So that's who I'm going with my first pick. And he's going to get the things going for us.
All right, so Christian Robinson's off the board.
Yeah.
Will Benson's off the board. So now we have the first two picks up. Let's get ready for our second picks of the day. And who are you going to go with now, Lucius?
I'm going to go with Ronnie Dawson from Houston Astros organization. That's who he'll be representing. He's hit 54 home runs over his 4 years in the minor leagues. This is his first time, and he has a really nice left-handed swing that I feel will translate on January 4th.
All right, so now we got our second pick on the board. You've made your second pick, and now the pressure's now on Todd to counter. What you got?
I think my second pick is going to be a lot better than his pick because his pick, plays for the Houston Astros. We all know what went down with the Houston Astros in the coming weeks. The past few weeks, with all that banging and stuff like that.
Right.
Tipping pitches and giving pitches out. That's not going to work in the Bahamas. So
Right.
I don't know if he's going to be able to put up good swings down there once the pressure's on because there's no banging noise in the background. So, my second pick, I'm picking Shed Long. I took him third last year. And, last year he put on an absolute show. He's hitting balls off the yachts and boats parked up along the boundary. And he just has a swag. He has a swag and a charisma. He made his big league debut this year. And he's going to put on a show.
Hey, you mentioned Shed Long, and as you said, last year he did very well at the Derby. And now it translated to him being called up into the show, as was Bo Bichette, by the way, who ended up into the big leagues. And so it certainly seems as if we're seeing some of these guys, and probably you guys are next in line, I would imagine. But we've got two picks in the books now. You both have two members on, and now we're starting to get into this flow a little bit. I got to say, man, your picks have been sound so far. Let's see what you do with number 3.
First of all, that was cute. Swag and charisma. That was cute. I don't care nothing about that. Third pick. This guy is special. Bahamian Chavez Young, a.k.a. Hollywood. This guy is going to energize my team. He's definitely going to bring the energy, get the guys going, and he's going to perform. He performed really well the past 2 years, and, I had to, go inside my checkbook and, steal him from Team Todd.
So you're saying listen, I don't want to get into this. I don't know what the rules are as far as that's concerned. But the bottom line is you got Chavez Young.
Yeah,
he's defected more or less.
We eat steaks and shrimp on my team. We don't eat tuna and crackers.
The funny thing about that is he just said, it was cute with the charisma and swag.
Yeah.
He just picked a guy that's what he's known for.
Right. But this is a Bahamian.
He's kind of taken away from my DNA.
No. He's from the Bahamas.
So it's okay if you're from the Bahamas.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's very contradicting.
Right.
So,
Bahamian-owned, Bahamian-bred, Chavez Young, third pick.
Say no more.
Say less.
So hey, I'm not even going to argue with you on that one.
The
so
crazy
now,
part about it, Marcellus, is that he wanted to steal one of my players and left out a gem. My third pick, I'm going with Jazrato Chisholm, a.k.a. the kid.
He's a sleeper.
Sleepy. He's probably
If anybody's got a home run swing, it's Jazz,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
So-
He has the prettiest swing. He has a swag. You know, he just has the attitude about him. You know, he means business, and he's gonna go up there. And you know, I'm glad Lucius left him out for me to pick him. You know, I feel bad for
You're
Lucius
saying
right
he may
now.
come
So
to
far,
regret that.
first
He
three
may
picks,
come to
I
regret
feel
that.
bad for him right now.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So Jazz Chisholm off the board comes in at number 3 for Todd Isaacs, and you know, now it starts to get into that area where you have to be more selective with your picks. You want to make sure your team's still strong, but at the same time, guys that you feel are going to be complementing everybody else. So who are you going with number 4?
I'm gonna select Nick Gordon, the brother of D. Gordon. He missed last year's event. He was under the weather, but first year he put on a show, made it all the way to the finals. And this year he said he's coming to do the same thing, but to win the whole thing. So I believe in him. Sweet lefty swing, 25 home runs over 6 minor league seasons. Nick Gordon is my guy.
I'm noticing a trend here. You keep saying that sweet lefty swing. You got a feeling for left-handers, I understand.
Yeah.
Tell me, he's taking my blueprint.
Yeah.
Nah, never need to duplicate. I write the script.
All right, so 4 on the way for Lucius. Let's get to your 4th pick, Todd.
You know, my 4th pick, this guy right here, you know, beginning of the year, I met him for the first time, and he was asking me about coming to the Home Run Derby. I told him, I said, impress me. If you impress me, cool, you could come down, do your thing.
You're in, yeah.
We in. This guy, born in 2001, one of the youngest guys here in the competition. You know, in short season this year, in 65 games, he had 24 home runs. He's a record holder for the Pioneer League. You know, super impressive because he hits home runs to all fields. And I think this guy's going to come to the Bahamas and light it up. I'm taking Jeremiah Jackson of the Angels. It's my first righty. He's gonna put on a show.
Jeremiah Jackson. All right, listen out for the name, folks. It's probably one of those names you're going to be hearing during the course of the weekend. Certainly, Todd's hoping in a positive way. I mentioned the fact that he hits the ball all fields and has been a record setter so far, but as far as the home runs, which is good because it is a home run hitting competition. So let's see if that pans out for you. Moving on to pick number 5 and getting deeper into this draft now. Who you got, Lucius? They say study long, you study wrong.
No. Looking here, I see 88 home runs next to this guy's name. Isan Diaz. He's hit 88 home runs over 6 minor league seasons, 31 home runs this season alone.
Wow.
He made it all the way up to the big leagues with the Miami Marlins. Sweet lefty swing. He's going to come down from Puerto Rico. So we have the Latin American coming down to TM Fox to bring this chip to TM Fox, man.
Puerto Rico. All right. Let's see if that works out for you. You got another lefty joining your ranks, and now you get a little deeper. 5th pick for you, Todd.
My 5th pick, taking a California native. He was my teammate with the Rockies this year. He's a righty. His name is Christian Koss. He had a really good first year of pro ball this year. And, you know, he's someone I think that's going to be consistent, a consistent amount of home runs and just help put us over the edge. So this guy's going to come and bring the bank.
All right, so there you go. Pick number 5 is in the books for you. And now we get to that first quarter of the team, first third of the team is already picked. You got 10 more picks to go to see how it's all going to shape up. Pick number 6 for Lucius. And who are you going with, young fella?
Oh, man. The Miami Marlins is in the house. Another Marlin, Lewis Brinson. 106 home runs over 8 minor league seasons. First year, last year, he was kind of nervous, but he's confident that he'll bring it
talking about at the
this year.
major league level.
Yeah, he's confident that he'll bring it this year to the Bahamas. So I believe in him, and I feel that he's gonna have a complete 360 and shock everybody.
Lewis Brinson, there you go, joining the ranks once again. As you mentioned last year, struggled a bit, but is hoping to turn that around, and you're banking on that as you move into your 6th pick with Lewis Brinson. Member of the Miami Marlins this past season, playing in the outfield, and so they're hoping for big things from him next year.
For sure.
We'll see if that pans out. Meanwhile, pick number 6 coming up for Utah.
You know, I love consistency. You know, that pick that Lucius just had, it's a toss-up right there. He doesn't know if he's going to get stage fright again or not. So with my pick, I'm taking Trent DeVoe, a righty from the Angels. You know, between the first year and last year, he had tremendous improvement. He got a lot stronger. And from this past year to 2020, I think he's going to really put himself up there for as a contender for the semifinals and finals. So, know, I'm picking this guy because I feel that he's gonna hit a lot of home runs this home run derby, and you know he's shown tremendous growth, and I'm confident he's gonna put us over the edge.
All right, so 6 picks in the book for both of you guys. We'll come back with more. We'll find out more as this thing gets deeper and deeper. They're about midway through as far as the picks are concerned. We'll continue with our draft process, folks, in just a few short seconds. Stay with us. We got a lot more to come. It's the Don't Blink Charles Johnson Foundation Home Run Derby Draft Show. Comes up right after this.
My name is Dr. Graham Cates, and this is my beautiful wife, Nurse Anita Cates. Some of the scope of services that we're currently providing here at Family Medicine Center include a lab, a pharmacy, x-ray and ultrasound, gastroenterology, endocrinology, rheumatology, just to name a few. We have services for family health, looking after children, adults and geriatric patients. Give us a call at 702-9310.
Distributed by Tops Lumber and Plumbing Limited.
As they say, it's a dirty job, but someone has to do it. The 150 staff at Bahamas Waste are proud to service over a third of the Nassau community in residential, business, and construction waste collection. We also proudly handle medical waste, recycle cardboard, and are the only company collecting used cooking oil to make biodiesel fuel, thus lowering exhaust emissions. Visit our website to learn about our services or find us on Facebook. Let us get dirty for you and work towards a cleaner tomorrow.
All right, so let the good times roll, as they say, and we are back once again at Virgil's, just outside of Atlantis here, and of course it's been a wonderful morning to this point as we continue with our draft show for the upcoming Don't Blink Home Run Derby, which will be away on January 4th. We're about 6 picks in. As a matter of fact, both guys have picked 6. There are 15 in total. So without further ado, let's get right back to the process of seeing who's going to be on which squad. I think Lucius is next with his 7th pick of the draft. Lucius, who are you going to go with?
Josh Palacios, representing the Toronto Blue Jays. Marcellus, this guy is really unique. He swings with no batting gloves. Any guy that has hard hands.
I don't use batting gloves either.
Well, you're unique too. Right. Most of the guys in this competition are using batting gloves. This guy's not afraid to mess up his hands. I need somebody, a grinder, who ain't afraid to get dirty.
Right.
That's my pick.
Every team needs somebody like that.
We need him.
So Palacios is your guy.
He is.
All right. So let's see who Todd goes with on pick number 7.
This pick right here, I feel that he's gonna do well this year. He struggled a little bit last year. You know, I feel that he has it in him to really put on a show. So with my pick, I'm going with Monte Harrison of Miami Marlins. Probably the most athletic guy in this event. So, you know, I feel that this is my pick right here where it's either going to make or break me.
All right, so you're going with Harrison. Lucius laughs on that one. I don't know what the inside story is in that, but he thought it was kind of funny.
Make or break me. Why would you even say break? You got doubts.
It's already creeping in.
Yeah. Okay.
Next on the line for Lucius now, as we move deeper into this thing, you're moving into numero 8, as they say.
Yes.
Who are you going with there?
Keithron Moss.
Keithron Moss.
Yes. Representing the Texas
Rangers. Going a little
Rangers.
local flavor there with your 8th pick.
For sure. Switch hitter. He had a really good year this year where he won a ring with his team. He's riding that high wave. That championship brought that back to the Bahamas, and he's going to bring another one back to the Bahamas.
And baseball, one of the only sports and one of the only things in the world where being switch hitter is a good thing. But we'll definitely talk about that a little bit on another show. But going into your pick now, what's up for you?
So my pick, former teammate of mine with the Indians, Daniel Jet Johnson. He's a Cali boy as well. Has tremendous swag, probably have the dopest shoes of the whole event. And he's strong. He's a strong lefty. He impacts the ball, and he's going to hit balls a mile. He had 19 home runs this year, so I think he's going to bring that to the home run derby on January 4th.
All right, so 9 picks down. This thing's really starting to get tight. You got to be more selective as to who you're gonna give those last few slots to. Let's see as you move into our 10th pick already, man. Who you got?
I can't believe this guy is still there, Marcellus. Braxton Davidson. He was hurt this year, but tremendous light tower power. I played with this guy at the Fall League in Arizona, and he won the game, the championship for us with a home run.
Really?
So, yeah.
So you got some experience with him.
A lot of experience, and he has so much power, Marcellus. I can't wait for him to show it out there on January 4th.
All right.
I'm expecting some balls over the barge.
Really?
Over.
So tall order, you're kind of setting the stage for this one. You may put a little pressure. I hope he doesn't watch the show ahead of time. You might have put some extra pressure on him, but we'll see. Todd, who you going with?
So my pick right here, this guy, I'm surprised he's still around. It's my sleeper pick right here. I'm going with Zion Bannister, the Texas Rangers. Won a ring 2 with early this year. So he knows how to win. That's in his DNA. And I think a lot of people's gonna sleep on him, and he's gonna do some damage.
Zion Bannister, that name Zion. Is very popular these days. Usually a big, strong person is named Zion these days. So let's see if that translates to him and talking about his ability to compete and do well on this stage. So Lucius, you're up for your next pick.
I'm really impressed with this guy. Watching him hit every time he come back from a season, you can see his growth and his strength improving tremendously. It's Deshaun Knowles, with the Los Angeles Angels. He's a switch hitter also, so. Right. I'm going with lefties, righties, switch hitters. So depending which way the wind blows, I'm
you'll
really
be able to
for
adjust.
competition.
Yeah.
But he's
balancing things out, is what you're saying.
He has sneaky power, and he impressed us the past 2 years, and I'm looking forward to him keeping that going.
All right. We'll see whether or not Mr. Knowles is up for the challenge. Meanwhile, Todd?
My next pick is a lefty, one of the younger cats of this home run derby. I'm picking James Rowe. He goes by the nickname of Big Game.
Big Game James.
Big Game James, and he lives by that. Yeah. He hits the hell out of the ball. I think he's going to hit balls the furthest of this competition. Once he gets in the rhythm and he settles in and locks in, it's going to be special.
And you know what? James is one of those guys, you mentioned he's young, but he does not lack in confidence.
Nope.
Reminds me of how Jazz was with that first year. He just proclaimed, listen, I got this thing.
Owns the stage.
Right. So Big Game James now, a member of your team. And we'll see whether or not the youngster steps in and is able to perform under the big lights, if you will, come January 4th. So, guys, we're down to, I think it is what was our last 4 picks or so. And so let's see how it all pans out the rest of the way. Lucius, who you got next?
Being a twin is unique. And studies show that, my studies, I don't know about other studies.
Right.
My studies show that when you have twins together, twin brothers together,
it's
they
like when the twin powers
better.
activate. It's like the old cartoon. Yeah.
They perform better. You cannot separate them and expect them to perform. So I will go with Devon Knowles, the twin brother of Deshaun Knowles. And I feel like they will push each other to the limit. And Devon had an impressive showing. Year one. Last year was his first year.
Right.
And he really impressed me. So I'm looking for him to improve and to get up in the 10 home run range.
All right,
it's a big ask right there.
But it's the whole twin thing.
Yeah,
you see? Yeah. If one doesn't do it, the other one may combine their powers and
or they both.
Yeah.
Either
one
they may come together do it, or both won't.
As you can see, Todd always thinking about the negative. Never once I ever thought about the negative. I don't care about don'ts.
Right.
Same guy that fights.
They're gonna do.
He didn't give him a second opportunity.
They're gonna do.
Right.
No chance for growth.
Yeah.
How does that work?
Yeah. No second chances.
I'm the negative one. Wow.
You always bringing up they might don't. They might not. Maybe he will. Maybe he won't.
Yeah.
I ain't no time for won'ts, don'ts.
Yeah. It's all about the positive flavor, baby.
Positivity. That's all that matters.
So what happened to the
Uplifting
scouts?
is what we're doing here.
He didn't uplift the scouts.
No.
The scouts. This is a business. I have to feed my family. When I go home and my kids can't eat.
Yeah. Wait. What?
My future kids can't eat because of my scouts. That's a problem for me.
So you was about to get a TMZ. We're about to start a whole different thing right there. Wait, what? Let the investigations begin.
Uncle T.
Let's call Maury right away.
Yeah.
But Todd, you're up next. What do you got?
My next pick, I'm going with Anthony Seymour of the Miami Marlins. He's a switch hitter, but I'm making him hit righty. Because the first year he hit lefty and didn't do very well.
Right, so
he hit righty last year, he did a little bit better, and I
up.
think he's going to do even better this year. He's been working on his swing. His sneaky power, he just has to tap into it. Once he taps into it, I think he's going to give me a good 7-8 home runs. Consistent 7-8.
You have control issues. How can you make a man do something?
It's my team, brother. Just like if I hear scouts, they gotta do what I say.
You can't make somebody do something.
Run your team, and I run mine. Just worry about that.
Yeah, don't get all up in
That's
this
that's why my players happier.
Yeah.
Chavez was quick
Happy
to
he
leave
worked
him.
so much last year, though.
At the end of the day, Chavez was happy to leave me when he
So
said
happy to
earlier he
leave.
stole Chavez.
Right.
How does that work?
Having conversations.
Yeah, that's a bit of a contradiction.
That's what I'm
Having
saying.
conversations with Chavez without Todd knowing, he's just
Right.
expressing to me how he
But
was
he stole him.
disappointed that he wasn't on my team this year. He's hoping that he's on my team and stuff like that. So I had to bring him on my squad.
Now,
You
was
know,
this before or after the payment that you
This
mentioned?
is before. You know, I just want to make sure my
Before the
guys,
payment.
Right.
my
Wow.
guys are taken care of.
Yeah.
So if you need something,
That's
then I
bribery.
can
That's
part of the
illegal.
family,
That's
you-
illegal.
he's gonna help his
You
family,
may have
and
to
that's
check
all
into
that
the- You
matters.
may have to put something
May
into
see my boy
into
doing a bank lane box soon.
We have to put that into the bylaws. There'll be no payment of players prior to competition.
My guys are good. Just know that.
All right, let's see who's good next as far as your picks are concerned.
I got coming all the way from San Diego. He's representing the Padres. Buddy Reed.
Buddy
You know,
Reed.
he's a switch hitter also.
I was curious for a second. I thought you were going to say Buddy Hield. I know he shoots 3 pointers. Didn't know he hit home run.
not Buddy Hield. But he had 33 home runs over 4 seasons. And he had 14 this year. He has sneaky power, long, wiry frame, very athletic. And I think his swing will translate perfectly into elevating a lot of balls in the air and over the boundary, resulting in a lot of home runs.
All right, cool. All right, Todd?
My next pick, I'm going with a young cat, first year. I just signed with the Astros in July. Everett Cooper, he's a righty. It's a young buck with a lot of pop. So I think he's going to put on a show. It's his first time. He's super excited. So once he gets in the rhythm, it's going to be a movie.
All right, let's see if that translates again. The teams are almost done. You got 2 more picks each. So it really becomes important to fill out those last 2 spots with a way that's gonna put your team over the top as far as that's concerned. Lucius, who you going with as far as pick number 14?
Warren Saunders, representing the New York Mets Bohemian. You know, last year he said that he choked.
Yeah, he did say that.
Couldn't handle the
He owned
pressure.
it. He owned it, and that's a big part of it.
That's a big part. Owning your mistakes and, you know, just moving forward. He's working hard, and he said that this year it won't happen again, and I believe in him.
Right.
So Warren Saunders is my pick.
So I got a question. When it doesn't pan out the way you want it to, what are you going to do? Fire him too?
No, this is my brother. All these guys here on this list, they're good regardless.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like I said, we're worrying about touching families' lives and stuff like this. All this competition and stuff, we're going to win.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we're worrying about him off the field as well, making sure that he grows up to be a fine adult, a fine gentleman.
Yes.
And that's just what it is. We're good over
That's
there.
what it all boils down to, is what you're trying to say. Even if you offer a few bribes here and there. I'm sorry, I digress. But so you got 14th pick.
With my pick, I'm going with Dak Stubbs. He's a silent assassin, plays with the Baltimore Orioles. Just signed this past July too. Think he's gonna show up and show out. You know, he's a guy he's slapped on. I think that he's gonna perform really well.
All right, we'll see. Meanwhile, down to our last picks for both of you guys. Lucius, who's going to be the final selection for your squad?
This is where you drop the ball. This will hurt you. Ian Lewis of the Miami Marlins. Oh my God, so many Marlins on my team.
I'm kind of getting that idea there.
This guy, he's small, probably the smallest guy in the competition, but I feel like he's a sleeper.
Packs a big punch.
Packs a very big punch. Switch hitter also. I've worked out with this guy since he was 13, and I've seen him grow tremendously, and Ian is going to do it. He's not afraid of bright lights and big stages, and come January 4th, that's going to be nothing to him. He's going to perform and help my team beat Todd easily.
All right. So the gamut has been thrown. Last pick for you, Todd.
My last pick, this is the only guy on my team that's coming from Freeport, that's representing Freeport. I feel he has a lot to play for. He's going to have that extra motivation after the wake of Hurricane Dorian. He wants to put on for his city. So I'm taking Devon Mackey of the Oakland Athletics. He's a tall righty, young kid, and he has a lot of pop. So I feel that with his ability and what he's playing for, the extra motivation that he's going to do really well.
All right.
He's going to put us over the edge. Right? I'm calling right now that by this point in the home run derby, I'm going to be up by 20 points.
20 points.
20
By
points.
the
20
time he
home
gets there,
runs.
it'll be.
Yeah, well, my round would just be for the fans.
We're going to hold him to this. What'll happen if you aren't up 20 points?
Yeah, we'd be up 25.
Okay, and if you fail to meet that, what's going to happen?
We won't.
He's scared.
We won't. I'm speaking it into existence right now. I'm not worried about it.
That's a big thing about
I'm in the driver's seat.
Right.
He has a lot to prove.
All this talking he got going on, I'm not listening to it.
Yeah.
It don't mean nothing to me.
It's like water off a duck's back.
I'm not even impressed, Marcellus. Look at me. I'm chilling. I'm in the Bahamas.
Right. Yeah.
You think I'm worried?
I don't think we're doing much chilling at the moment.
You think I'm worried about a team Todd?
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah, cool under pressure is what you're trying to say.
I'm relaxed. This is my competition. This is my year.
Yeah.
It's
you
done.
do. It's what you're saying.
No, it's done.
Yeah.
It's done.
All right. Cool. So both guys have selected their teams. Here, 15 picks. There it is on your board. Team Isaacs, Team Fox, set for January 4th, which means the battle lines have been drawn, and at the end of the day, one of these guys is going to come out on top as the overall winner at some point in time on January 4th. We'll find out who that is, of course, at that time. In the meanwhile, we'll take one last break. When we come back, we'll continue our discussion right here on set. We're going to be rejoined by Charles Johnson, the Charles Johnson Foundation, and we'll kind of set things up for what you can expect as the new year rolls in. That's all ahead right here on Don't Blink Draft Show.
Sun Integration Management, the Caribbean leading IT project management and engineering consultancy firm with industry leading best practices data center management. Global Sun Integration Management also offers installation and maintenance of routers, switchers, and firewalls. Located Sandy Port, North Buckner Square, Suite number 1, telephone 603-4746. No such thing as unsolvable problems, only solutions not thought of yet. Global Sun Integration Management.
We call it the mother standard of care. It's the idea that if our mothers were diagnosed with cancer, how would we want them to be treated? That's exactly how we care for you, with answers and actions to hear your concerns, quiet your fears, lift your spirits. That's the mother standard of care. This is how we inspire hope. This is how we heal. Cancer Treatment Centers of America. Appointments available now.
Last year, my team was laughed at. Lucius said he was going to embarrass us. But we never folded.
Team Isaacs has defeated Team Fox.
We showed up and showed out. This year, we will defend Montague.
Ha ha ha. Yes, I said what I said. You lucked out last year, but this year I'll be sure to bury you. I hear you talk, little Todd, but just remember, I'll never lose twice.
We're back again for year 3 for the Don't Blink Charles Johnson Foundation Home Run Derby in Paradise. This January 4th at Montague Beach. Gates open at 12 noon. Come and watch Team Lucius and Team Todd battle to hit the most home runs for their charities. Then the top 8 will battle to be crowned Home Run King. Bring everyone. There will be food, drinks, and games for kids. So come out and meet all the professional baseball players, Bahamian and from abroad. The 3rd annual Don't Blink Charles Johnson Foundation Home Run Derby in Paradise. This January 4th at Montague Beach. Powered by Rev.
Welcome back one last time as we continue our draft show for the Don't Blink Charles Johnson Foundation Home Run Derby right here at Virgil's. And I saw that, Charles, no problem whatsoever. I got it all in one big mouthful. And speaking of which, Charles Johnson has rejoined us here on the set. And as you saw, the draft process is complete. These two guys selected their teams. What are your thoughts on what you just saw, man?
Well, I truly believe it's going to be some great talent out there. And I believe that these young kids put together some good group of kids that's going to be very exciting. And I tell you, I really enjoy it when I'm sitting there watching the home run derby and guys hitting these balls in the ocean. It reminds me of being a young kid at that level, being able to play and do some great things. But what they're doing here, it's incredible. And I truly believe that once folks, even here in this country, but in the United States, realize what's going on, it's going to bring a lot of energy to this home run derby.
Yeah, and a big part of that is going to be your relationship with this for the first time ever with the Home Run Don't Blink Foundation. You got your foundation now coming on board to expand things and make it even bigger and better. And of course, these guys, of course, are putting a lot of hard work in to behind the scenes and now stepping forward to seeing the culmination of their efforts to step onto the stage and support these various charities. Yeah. You talked about earlier, we talked about Major League Baseball coming on board as far as the kids camp is concerned with the Play Ball initiative as well.
I'm very thrilled about this because bringing Major League Baseball on board is going to be something that's going to really bring this home run derby to the next level, I truly believe, because then now you bring in a well-known product here in the Bahamas. And once these young kids start understanding what MLB is going to be on board, they're going to bring their bats, their balls, and it's going to be a lot of fun at the camp. And also, I'm pretty sure, I know MLB is going to be at the home run derby. And also, too, they're going to bring this notoriety back home. And I've been talking to a lot of guys, Major League friends of mine, the buzz is happening. A lot of my ex-ball players say, man, I've been hearing about this home run derby back home. And I have guys with the MLB network talking about the home run derby. And so I truly believe it's something that's going to really blow up really soon.
All right, Lucius, Todd, your teams are all set. And now it's time to get to the business of winning or losing, for whatever matter. Of course, nobody really is a loser in this situation. You're still going to get a chance to showcase what you have. And at the end of the day, one charity is going to really benefit from it. So I guess with that said and done, you guys are just now looking forward to being able to get onto that stage.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to going out there and winning this competition for the cancer support groups. You have my full support, and we're going to do our best to bring it all to you.
All right. And Todd, of course, you have the Hurricane Relief, NPCC, I think it is. And, for them, it certainly would be tremendous if you can get it done.
Yeah, I have two short words: defend Montague. That's it.
There you go.
Looking for the 2P.
Say no more.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. All right, so it's all coming your way, guys. January 4th is the date. That's when it all happens for real. No more pre-talk, no more any of that stuff. It's all about performing, getting it done, and that's what these two teams in there and they're going to be out there to do. And of course, with 15 members on each side, it's all going to come down to who got the draft process right, and that's why we have this show. Last year, we saw it worked out in favor of Todd. This time around, Lucius says, things change. And, there's an old saying, though, the more things change, the more they remain the same. I don't know. It's one of those things. But either way, we'll find out January 4th. We hope you guys are present and front stage, if you will, checking out the action as it happens. You will not be disappointed. I can guarantee you that much. It has never been disappointing for me, that's for sure. And I'm a hard person to entertain. I can tell you that right now. So January 4th, make sure you mark it on your calendars. Be out there in Montague Bay Foreshore. These guys will be there. Charles Johnson's going to be there. Of course, all the participants are going to be there. And I know you're going to be there. Be sure to make sure that you're a part of everything that's going to be happening on that particular day. Hey, we're going to wrap things up. That's because, as all things, everything good must come to an end at some point in time. As was the draft show, we're going to wrap it up at this stage that we mentioned. But we look forward to seeing you guys again when we roll out on January 4th right there at Montague Bay Foreshore. I'm Marcelo Saul. Of course, these are the guys that are going to be the stars of that day. We hope you guys come out and support them. And, of course, we want to wrap things up. We're going to thank, of course, our sponsors, Rev, who was our title sponsor this time around for the third consecutive year. And, of course, we want to thank Virgil's for making this whole area available to us to make sure that you have this beautiful scenery behind us for the show. On behalf of those guys, we say thank you. I'm Marcelo Saul. We'll see you again next time.